All right, so we are looking at a similar question here to what we were just doing previously. The only difference or the only extra step that we have now is that we have to graph our final answer. Okay, so the steps that we're going to do here is still going to be to solve for y in order to be able to graph, because that's what our calculator knows how to do. So we have 4x plus 8y equals 16. We're still going to draw the line straight down the equal sign, right? Because I am graphing, my graphing normally has to be in y equals mx plus b. So I'm going to write that up here, y equals mx plus b. And right now it's written in standard form, which is not in the very pretty form to graph. Okay, so I'm going to draw a box around my plus 8y because that's what I want by itself on the left side of the equal sign. So what does that mean? I got to do to my rest, or my 4x, that means I got to move it over. So we have a negative 4x, so the opposite of negative 4 is positive 4. So we're going to put plus 4x right at the bottom. The opposite of, whatever you do to one side of the equal sign, you got to do to the other. Then do plus 4x. We cross that out. Negative 4x plus 4x is just 0. So then I go ahead and bring this down, and it is 8y equals, on my right side of the equal sign, over here, I cannot combine those two because the 16 doesn't have an x. So I'm just going to put 4x plus 16. I know to put a plus sign because it is a positive 16. Okay, so positive is represented by plus signs. All right, my final step here, at least for solving for y, is I'm going to draw a box around this 8 because I still need to get that by itself, or I still need to get the y by itself. Sorry. So that means that my 8 is still in the way, so I need to multiply, I need to divide everything to separate that multiplication. So we're going to divide it by 8, divided by 8, and divided by 8. So now we have 8 divided by 8 is 1. And as mentioned previously, you don't have to write 1y equals. It's just y equals. Now I'm going to take this 4 divided by 8 and put it into a calculator to see what that gives me. That's 4 divided by 8. 0.5. So let's put this fraction here. And it gives me 1/2. So it simplified it for us. So 1/2. So we have 1/2. And then don't forget that x. Next up, we have 16 divided by 8. So let's type that into our calculator. So 16 divided by 8, and that gives me 2. So going back to my equation here, that's plus 2. Okay, now I have it in the form where I can graph it, right? So this is in my form that I can graph. I'm going to go ahead and put this into my Desmos graphing calculator, and I'm going to see and match to see which graph it looks like. So we have y equals 1/2 x plus 2. So y equals 1 divided by 2, x plus 2. So I notice here that my graph is like 2 units above the origin, which is 0, 0. And let's check over here. It looks like the only two that are above the origin are A and C. B and D are right below 0, 0. So that cannot be B or D. So now let's match up one final time to see if it matches more like A or if it matches more like C. So this one is a little bit less steeper. So it looks like our answer here is C. But also we just look at our x and y intercept. So our x-intercept is that -4, our y-intercept is 2. X-intercept is -4, y-intercept is 2. So we found our answer here. And so now for the next previous slides, please make sure that you guys are practicing through these types of questions and you're utilizing your Desmos calculator in order to graph and match.